Today, we're going to talk about the beauty in surrender. In this life, we can walk and carry so many things that we aren't meant to carry. Whether it's worries, fears, or just questions, these can be things that continue on and on in our life that can honestly weigh us down or make us feel like, what is the point? Why is this happening? And the truth is that sometimes we're carrying things we were never meant to carry. And there is a beauty in surrender. This takes me to a scripture in Proverbs 3:5-7, which talks about trusting in the Lord with all our heart. Now, I'm not going to say that this is easy or even natural on the surface, but it's an invitation to even think about what it's like or what it could be like to trust in God with all our heart. You see, the beauty in surrender is that it requires us to actually lay something down, something that we feel is maybe too big for God or too much for God, or something that we can kind of handle on our own. Like, we don't need any help, we don't need any input, we don't need any guidance. And the beauty in surrender is that it actually brings us to a place where we have to acknowledge, you know what, God, I'm doing this all by myself, and I'm realizing that I don't need to and I don't have to. And we can lay it before God. We can kind of take our hands off of it and say, you know what, God, I'm going to surrender this thing to you. Now, what that looks like can be different for each of us. But for some of us, it can be as simple as saying a prayer. You know what, God, this one thing has been on my mind, it's been in my heart. I know that I've done all I can, and I want to bring it before you and ask you to take control. And pray for that thing, pray for that person, pray for that resource, pray for that door to open. Whatever it is, that is one way to surrender. And then trust. Trust means that I've brought this before the one who sees all and knows all and can do everything and anything. And then looking and saying, okay, God, I've brought this to you. I'm giving it to you. Help me to see how you're working in my life. Help me to see how you're working in the situation. Help me to see how you're guiding and leading and directing. Help me to see it. And all of these things build our faith. They build our trust that God actually cares and He's able. And we know that He's able because He's all powerful and He's all knowing. And He cares about the things that are on our heart. He cares about the things that are going on in our life. He cares about even the tiniest thing that we may think, oh, it's not even worth mentioning or talking about. He cares about that thing because we care about it and because He cares about us. The beauty in surrender is realizing that God cares and He's able. He's able to do more than we're even able to ask or even think because He's powerful. He's all powerful. So I want to invite you to go to God and to ask Him, God, is there anything that I'm carrying that's been weighing me down, that's been burdening me, that's been heavy, that I need to surrender to you, that I need to give over to you? And watch. Watch God and watch that situation and ask Him, God, show me. Show me exactly how you're moving in this situation and teach me how to trust that you've got this and everything in your control. I'm sure each of us have stories. I have a story, you have a story. We each have stories that we could tell about times that we've trusted God, times that we've had to surrender something to Him, times that we've had to cease from trying 100 different ways of trying to make something work out and actually surrendered it to Him. And how we've seen Him move, how we've seen Him help, how we've seen Him make a way where there seemed like there was no way. I believe we each have a story. And it's so important for us to stop and pause and to actually remember that story, to remember our track record with God, because that is what builds our faith. Our faith is built in many different ways. We build it by reading stories in the Bible about how other people encountered God, through hearing others' testimonies and their stories. There's so many different ways, but one way is for us to actually remember, to pause and remember our track record with God. That we didn't just show up at this time and this place today, but that we've been walking with Him, that He's been pursuing you and me with a desire for us to know Him and for Him to know us, that we would grow in our walk with Him. So as we go forward, I invite you to ask God to show you the beauty in surrender. If there's a weight or a load that you've been carrying, to bring it to Him and trust that He is able and that He cares. That's it for today. Take care, be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.